Hello there guys, welcome to the channel where today we expand on what we talked about yesterday. The thoughts that Cody had on the Stormtroopers were very harsh as we saw, but I asked you guys a question and you responded with a yes, with a resounding yes. And so here it is. What did Boba Fett think of the Stormtroopers? We have to talk about this because if you remember, Cody was adamant that if Jango were alive today, he would not only dislike the human Stormtroopers, but would kill them for their incompetence. So with Jango dead and his thoughts dead with him, what is the closest thing we could get to Jango? More than the clones, I think Boba's thoughts might represent Jango's in this discussion, and that's what I'm about to do. Before I tell you Boba's thoughts, however, why don't you tell us yours? Clone troopers or stormtroopers? Talk to us down below in the comments, guys. Which one would you choose? Let us know right now. Now here's the thing, even in Legends, the lack of material on Boba Fett is astonishing. After the Clone Wars and the rise of the Empire, his story jumps years and then jumps some more years until we see him in The Force Unleashed and Empire Strikes Back. But from what I can gather, after his Camino operation where he led the 501st to victory over the rebellious clones, the Imperials checked the records and saw that Boba Fett was once enlisted as a stormtrooper years back. So from this clue alone, we see that Boba, after the fall of the Jedi Order and the creation of the Empire, did enlist into the Empire, since now he believed in it possibly. The Empire was more to his liking rather than a Jedi-led republic, which of course he hated, mostly because of one man in particular who killed his father. So Boba Fett joins the Empire and becomes a stormtrooper. How much time did he serve is not told to us, but what we do know is that after some time he ended up deserting the Empire because he flipped out and killed his commanding officer. This probably happened because Boba, for one, wasn't used to having an ordinary human be his commanding officer, who probably verbally abused his subordinates, to a point where, as we see, Boba ended up killing him in a fit of anger. Furthermore, as evidence that he sided more with the clones, when Boba had his mission on Camino, he worked extremely well with the clone stormtroopers who were from the 501st Legion. Plus, what more do you expect from Jango's son/clone? Ordinary humans coming in and taking the place of his brothers, his father's clones? Not only did he dislike them, but after killing his human commanding officer, he probably loathed the human recruits that went into the Imperial army. Taking all of this into account, how could he respect soldiers who can't hit anything? The guy is a bounty hunter. His whole thing is precision. Boba went straight for his target and killed them as efficiently as possible, whereas these fools in white armor and in great numbers cannot come even close. This is probably how Boba Fett basically thought of them. He must have, since Vader constantly hired him to clean up the Empire's mess. On Bespin, while Luke, Leia, and the others are fighting to get to Boba Fett and a frozen Han Solo, Boba Fett simply uses the stormtroopers as fodder, nothing more than stand-ins. He knew very well that they won't be able to hold them off. In the end, Boba was just a loner, a man fending for himself. Anyone who conformed to rules and orders like the stormtroopers within their ranks was a fool and a loser in his mind. You make your own justice in this world and you play by your own rules, as it's shown on this excerpt that I got from the book Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
Everyone dies. It is the final and only everlasting justice. Evil exists. It is intelligence in the service of entropy. When the side of a mountain slides to kill a village, this is not evil, for evil requires intent. Should a sentient being cause a landslide, there is evil, and requires justice as a consequence, so that civilization can exist. There is no greater good than justice, and only if law serves justice is it a good law. It is said correctly that law exists not for the just, but for the unjust. For the just carry the law in their hearts, and do not need to call it from afar. I bow to no one, and give service only for cause.
Now you get what Boba Fett really thought, not only of the Stormtroopers, but for everyone who conformed to mediocrity and didn't take their fate into their own hands. That's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. A huge thanks goes to Monty for voicing Boba Fett. He did an amazing job, link in the description. Guys, if you enjoyed, leave a thumbs up and hit that bell to get notified the moment a video is up. Have an awesome day, my friends, and may the Force be with you always.